Up next on Carib Nation, we take you into the musical hearts of Washington's Caribbean music innovators, featuring the band Fusion with Lenard Jack on pan. Stay tuned, don't you go anywhere.
When America wants to know what's happening in the Caribbean diaspora, there is one clear choice.
Hello, welcome to Carib Nation.
Both people inside and outside are
very excited about today's program.
Looking at you, I can tell that you have traveled the journey.
One television organization brings America close to the people, stories, and events that affects Caribbean life. Get close, get answers, get Carib Nation.
Yes, yes, yes. Sweet music indeed. Boy, I don't know. I feel that music. Welcome back to Carib Nation. I'm Sidrak Franklin on the set with the band Fusion, Caribbean Jazz Band. Your name is Lenard Jack.
That's right.
And you're from the island of Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
No, you are the leader of Fusion Band?
Right.
What do you feel? Tell me, when I tell you, man, this music is so exciting. It works me up. You know, what do you feel when you play this music?
We feel real good when we play this music. This band started in 1985 as just a bunch of us wanting to get together to play music while we were on campus at Howard University. The name Fusion came about where we would mix the steel pan with the other conventional instruments like the drums, the keyboards, bass, guitar, sometimes saxophone, depending on whatever we have at our hand at that point in time. And we wanted to play music of the African diaspora, including jazz, reggae, zouk, Latin, anything that has an African touch to it, we want to play.
All right. Now, you play with such dexterity and skills. Have you always been this non-shy on stage? Because you seem like you're not shy at all.
Actually, no. I used to be shy. Well, let's put it this way. I was kind of scared playing the pan by myself. I used to play with a band called Funclair, about 19 Funclair, home in Trinidad, San Fernando. And I'll play in the band, the all-steel orchestra. I mean, 100 strong. You could be hiding anywhere. You could be playing anything, you know. Eventually, I decided to come up to further my studies at Howard University, and the guys in the band gave me a pan to come up with as a gift, a going-away gift. And I was like, man, I can't play this by myself, you know. But it took a little while. It took about almost a year before I decided to start playing solo. My first solo gig was in December 1984, I think, for Carib, was Christmas in the Caribbean at Howard University. And I remember us playing the Holy Night. Man, I was so scared. All the roles were perfect.
But you did have some stage fright, huh?
Yeah, I did have some stage fright. I mean, I used to dance and do African dancing and play African drums and stuff on stage, but you always have people around you, you know. But once you're by yourself, man, that's another picture, you know.
How were you eventually able to overcome that stage fright?
Well, practice. Just playing with the guys, knowing that you were the only one that was playing the pan at the time, and just they gave me the confidence to play. I mean, some of the guys that we got together with, they were real strong musicians, and they taught me stuff. So that kind of brought my confidence level up a little bit higher.
All right, Lenard. Let's move over to Mr. Greg Smith. He's on the keyboards. Greg, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What do you see as unique with Caribbean jazz music? I mean, how does it differ, if it does in any way at all, from mainstream jazz?
Well, I actually like to think that it doesn't differ from mainstream jazz. Jazz is jazz. What we do here is a fusion of calypso, reggae, funk, Latin, and it's played with a jazz flavor, which is exactly what is unique to this genre. We kind of like to think of it as our own genre, and therefore we call the band fusion. So I don't really see it as a different genre of music.
The band also plays ballads?
Play ballads. In fact, we play weddings, parties, you name it, we've been there.
I wish I knew that you would have played in my wedding. Too late now. Let's move over to Mr. Donovan Mark. Donovan Mark, you're from the island of Jamaica, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So how are you feeling today?
Feeling good.
What do you feel when you play this music?
Well, I feel really good about it. I like the mix, you know, you talk about the wide and varied influences that come into it. I think one thing with all of us is that we like a lot of different types of music. So this presents the ideal forum for us to express that love of different styles.
You like different types of music, but do you find yourself having any favorite music? I know you are a musician, and lots of musicians, they say, well, I'm a musician, I play everything. But do you find yourself, because I know you're from Jamaica, from Yard, yes. And Yard is famous for reggae music. Yes. And I know you're a very good reggae musician too as well, a very good reggae bass man. So do you prefer playing bass for reggae, or do you prefer playing for jazz, or it really doesn't matter?
Well, it depends on the time of day, the day of the week, you know. I like all kinds of music. At different times, I like some more than others. Reggae music factors in there very much, but I like jazz, I like calypso, I like everything.
So it really depends on the mood?
The mood, exactly.
All right. We're moving over now to Mr. Fanfan Joe-Louis. We affectionately call him Fanfan. By the way, I call you Fanfan too, but what is the history behind the name Fanfan Joe-Louis?
The history behind this name now. This is Fanfan was a character in French mythology. So this is the name of a French culture hero. So I don't know why my parents choose to name me like that, because they think probably I was going to be somebody.
But you are somebody, and I can see you're real. You're not a myth.
Well, I'm trying to be one, right, among the others.
You play very well, I must say. You're an excellent guitarist, and I'm pretty sure the members of the viewing audience will agree.
I'm still studying, still trying to get better at it.
You're still working on it?
Yes.
You're from the island of Haiti?
Yes, indeed.
Do you have a preference in terms, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Donovan. Do you have a preference, because Haiti is famous for zouk, cadence, compa, and that type of music. Do you prefer playing jazz, or do you prefer playing your native homeland music?
Actually, in music, I don't really have no preference. You know, anything that have Afro influence, it really goes through my blood. So just like by meeting those guys, and I see they was doing that kind of thing that, I think I was looking for, trying to find a platform to perform, and with that different, diverse type of music that come, as a Creole, kind of thing. So it just like moves me, and I like it. I swim when I play that type. So it doesn't really matter to me. Where it comes from. The fusion of different type like that. That's what I really feel good about doing.
All right, Fanfan. Let's move over now to Mr. Chris Toussaint. Chris is a colleague of mine. He's a member of DC Caribbean Carnival here in Washington, D.C. How you doing, Chris?
I'm fine.
All right. I know you also just returning from Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. Tell us a little about that.
Well, Carnival is color, fun, and I try whenever possible to get away, and even if it's just for 2 or 3 days, to enjoy at least a portion of Carnival. It's an annual festival coming out of the traditions of a mix of French and African influence, which Trinidad has, I guess, developed their own unique style of Carnival.
And Trinidad, being there this year and over the years since you've been there for Trinidad's Carnival, I know in Trinidad's Carnival and Trinidad in general, most of the music that is played there is known as the land of steel band and calypso. Do you see, for Carnival itself, the organizers of the Carnival including more jazz in the Carnival itself, or is it too difficult to feed?
No, Carnival, they have various styles of calypso music, but at Carnival time is primarily calypso. You have the raga, which is a mix of reggae and soca. You have rapso, which is rap and calypso. You have various influence, but at Carnival time is all calypso with different influences.
But if I might add, some of the calypsos themselves have a jazz touch to it.
Yes. Being from the Caribbean and being exposed throughout our lives to various types of music, it is going to influence whatever we do. And however we produce music, you will hear touches of other kinds of music within the music that we produce, but the root of it is always calypso.
So you are the percussionist of the group, and you play the tumbas?
Well, congas.
Congas.
Among, other little toys and effects.
You're bringing us back to Africa via the drum.
Well, the drum is always the heartbeat of any music. It keeps the rhythm. It keeps the vibe. From the drum, everything else works off of the beat of the drum. So that's like the heart of the music.
Wonderful. Okay, let's go back to the man Lenard Jack, the pan, who I would refer to as a pan virtuoso. For any young people viewing this program right now, what words of advice would you impart to them if they're interested in learning how to play steel band?
Yeah, all they need to do is to if they could get hold of a pan, which is kind of pretty expensive, but if you could get hold of one, they can start practicing on that. There are 2 groups in the area that, apart from Pan Masters, there's a group called Cafe. That's a group that Lorna Green has, and then they have a lot of young kids. They use the pan as an educational tool. So like on Saturdays, they would have an all-day session where they would play the pan music half day and then do academic work the other half of the day. So that's another group that you can check out. It's called Cafe.
Well, I want to thank you for speaking to us on this segment of Carib Nation. We'll be right back. We want you now to take a listen to some more music, beautiful music from this Caribbean Pan Jazz group.
Said I remember when we used to sit in the government yard in Trenchtown, observing the hypocrites. I say, hey, mingle with the good people with me. Oh, good friend we have, a good friend we have lost along the way. In this great future, you can forget your past. Woo. So dry your tears No woman don't cry. No woman don't cry. Cry, cry. Oh my little darling, oh baby please, don't you shed no tears. No woman don't cry. Said I remember when we used to say in the government yard in Trenchtown, down there in Jamaica, and then but the judge would run and say, let's make the firelights. Oh, oh yeah, love would burn into the night. And we would cook, call them in forest. For with a share with you. My feet, you see, is my only guarantee, yo. So I've got to push on through. Oh, while I'm gone, everything is gonna be alright. 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 Everything's gonna be alright. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. No woman don't cry. No woman. Oh my little darling, oh baby please, don't you shed no tears. First time that I saw you, I thought, oh no, that maybe I've done something wrong and I tried, but the words don't fit the song, find the door, but I couldn't find the key. From the first time that I saw you, I thought, oh no, don't throw it all away. I don't wanna be the one, oh girl, that's begging you to stay. I don't wanna be the one to change your mind one more time. Please stay, don't throw it all away. You know why? Because everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna